the Web3 allows user to migrate the data into like another new platform. It's called network accumulation. We will actually release our like the first like decentralized iCloud in the Web3 world, especially on your personal mobile phone.
Hello everyone, this is Meina, your crypto friend. Today, I'm really excited to have Luke Fan as my guest. Luke is the co-founder of Crust Network, the fastest, cheapest, and the most highly scalable decentralized storage protocol in Web3. Luke is also the head of technical research at Infinity Labs. Now, let's welcome Luke.
Hi, Luke.
Hey, Nana.
Yeah, welcome to my channel.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, can you please provide a brief introduction to yourself as well as Crust Network?
Sure. So, hey, Nana's YouTube channel friend. My name is Luke. So my background is actually quite straightforward. I have a 3-year study on distributed system in the CCNT joined Georgia Tech Circs Lab. So after I got my master's degree, I joined Microsoft Azure Cloud Kubernetes team for 1.5 years. So then me, Leo, and Bova, we co-founded Crust. So I joined Crust as a co-founder in charge of the whole technical. So until now. So that's my very brief introduction. But as for Crust, so Crust is the fastest, cheapest, and super highly scalable decentralized storage blockchain, which developed by Substrate and IPFS.
Very cool. Luke, I didn't know you graduated from Georgia Tech. I also...
I wasn't graduate from Georgia Tech. I was graduated from ZJU, Zhejiang University, but our lab, our computer science lab, which is a joint lab with Georgia Tech. Yeah.
Oh, I saw you living in Atlanta because I live in Atlanta. I was like, oh, you didn't tell me. But that's great. And since you mentioned like you are in charge of the whole Crust technical team, right? Did you code the whole like Crust protocol?
Yeah, so basically I design and build so most of my of the development job was coded by me, but I still got some some guys to help me to build the whole protocol, which are all from my Microsoft colleagues and also some guys from Cisco and from like the internet companies in China. Yeah.
That's great. And what inspired you to create Crust at the very first place?
Well, so during my work in Microsoft, so basically I was in the Microsoft cloud team. So one like occasionally night, I read the white paper from IPFS. So I was like super fascinated by the idea of the whole IPFS, which they want to build an unstoppable internet. So this is like super cool and just like blown my mind, So I was like started to doing my own homework. I do a lot of research on the decentralized storage. Then me and my Microsoft colleague, Leo, and his hedge fund manager, Bova, we 3 co-founded the Crust. So basically I joined to design and build the Crust protocol, and Leo charge of the whole like production, and Bova charge of the whole like economy, like model design. Yeah.
Very cool. And is it fair to say like all the 3 founders are very technical? It sounds like.
Yeah, so me and Leo are like technical guy. we are the colleague in Microsoft, but Bova is not. Bova background is he charge of the hedge fund, so he managed like $1 billion fund, like manage all of the. I'm not very like familiar with finance, but basically just do some like fund management, private.
So which like he is in charge of all the fundraising for the project, I guess.
Yeah, fundraising and economic like model design of the whole Crust.
Yeah. And why do you guys think like building the decentralized storage infrastructure is essential for Web3? Like creating the product at the very first place, I guess you guys think there will be a huge need for this, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, we compare like comparing with the whole Web2 fundamental or infrastructure. So the computing and storage are the two like very, very basic functions we need to like provide it to like host the whole Web2 applications. So we got like plenty of the technicals in the computing and plenty of the storage technical or solutions in storage in Web2. So when we actually funding the whole Crust project, we realized that there is like the computing like infrastructure like Ethereum back to that time, but right now there are like plenty of the public like blockchain smart contract platforms like Polygon, Solana, blah blah. But we've just realized that there is only one project which called Filecoin that back to that time to focus on the storage. So we think maybe we can just build the same thing as the Filecoin, but we just like target on a different like issues, right?
So what's the difference? Like, what are you guys focusing on when you build Crust?
So we and Filecoin, we both are like IPFS compatible incentive blockchain. But we are like more focused on the hard storage. For example, your social file data and maybe the website hosting and or the NFT or like gaming file data storage. But for the Filecoin, they like more focus on the code storage. It's like they're most like suitable for the storage backup. You know, it's like you can back up your personal data and back up your like NFT metadata. That's the like we like target on a different area.
I see. So are you saying that the users who you are trying to target for Crust Network, they are actually using the data source that they stored on Crust Network?
Yeah.
Instead of using it as a backup.
It's like super interesting question. Like we like everyone will ask. Yeah.
Because you already mentioned the difference between Crust Network and Filecoin, then let's talk a bit about the current like competitors in the Web3 decentralized storage space. Who are your key competitors, and what competitive advantage does Crust have?
Okay, so basically, like I will borrow the definition from the Ethereum Foundation about the decentralized storage. So they actually divided the decentralized storage into like 3 categories. So the first category is they call like just integrate the whole, like prove the whole storage in the blockchain itself. So in that way, there is only one decentralized storage project called AAVE. Maybe you guys already heard about the project.
Yep.
So AAVE actually store the data into the block. Their idea are actually super simple, like expand the storage of the blockchain, right?
Yep.
And that's the first category. So AAVE is actually one of our competitor, but comparing with AAVE, it's like super easy to calculate the hard limit of the AAVE network because it's like every node store the same data. you can imagine, right? Like the full nodes of Ethereum. So,
Yeah.
but we are not. We're more like Uber. So once you got like storage needs, you can call taxi. When you don't have, when you don't want to store the data anymore, you can like release the nodes, so the nodes can store others' data. You know. So that's the difference. Like, and the advantages we're comparing with AAVE. And the second category is actually the Ethereum defined as smart contract driven, but store the data off chain. So in this category, we got like Filecoin and Crust. So we and Filecoin are both belong to this category. But comparing with Filecoin, I've already mentioned that Filecoin is more suitable for the cold storage, for the data backup. But if you want to like store the data like real-time retrievaling or some like hot storage scenario, you better choose like Crust. And another like difference, or we said advantages, is like we are like faster than Filecoin because our like data improvement are like blazing fast because we are using the different technologies. Like the data proof process for the Filecoin, let's say if they want to store a sector data, which is 32 gigabytes, they will cost the user like 1 to 2 hours to store the data. So, but for Crust, we only cost like 1 to 2 minutes.
Wow.
So
that's a huge difference.
Yeah. So because of this way, we can like target on the hot storage. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like if you want to call Uber or want to store data, for the Filecoin, you need to wait like 1 to 2 hours. But for our user, you only need to wait like 1 to 2 minutes. So we are more suitable for the hot storage. Filecoin are more suitable for the data backup. So that's the comparing with Filecoin. And for the third category, which is also defined by the Ethereum Foundation, is they call it like pseudo-centralized or like semi-centralized storage. Okay. It's like they are using some like helicopter nodes to inspect the data storage. So am I like too technology? Like
no, you're good. You're good. Keep explaining. Okay. Yeah.
Because I don't want to mention too many like technology.
It's fine. The audience understand.
Okay. So for this category, most of the project they do have like centralized node. They call it helicopter node to like inspect the storage of the storage nodes. So in this category, you might heard about like StorageJ, Saya. Those projects actually like they are using the helicopter or centralized node to inspect the data storage. So comparing with this project, it's like we are truly decentralized. So Filecoin and AAVE are like truly decentralized, and nodes can like freely enter or join, and freely to exist. But for those like pseudo decentralized storage project, StorageJ, Saya, they need some like authorization like process before originals enter the network.
There's still a centralized party to decide.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the advantages we're comparing with the third category projects.
Very cool. So to summarize, basically, Crust is just faster, cheaper, and it's also like better for hard storage. For me, since I'm already in the industry for a while, so I understand why people are always striving for fully decentralized application or projects, right? But can you explain why a fully decentralized storage is important for the users?
Okay, so as you realize, like, and your channel followers may realize that actually there is like some centralized platform like OpenSea or like looks rare. They actually store the NFT data in the centralized cloud, maybe Google Cloud or like AWS. But why like fully decentralized is super important? I may borrow another body's like words. It's Chris Dixon, actually, the
Yep.
founder of the A60Z.
A16Z.
Yeah, so Chris Dixon is actually like really emphasize the data migration. So in the Web3 world, it's super important. Actually, it's the only one important things for why the Web3 matters. Is like the Web3 allows user to migrate the data into like another new platform. It's called network accumulation. So it's actually the concept which comes from the Chris Dixon. So the idea of network accumulation is like, for example, if you have like plenty of followers on Twitter, which is a centralized platform, and Twitter actually changed the rule of maybe the customer rules or client rules, which piss you off, right? And you want to migrate or like use a different platform for your social account, but it's like really hard. It's like impossible for you to do this centralized platform, which because all of your like followers or content are accumulated in the Twitter. You cannot, let's say, open a new account in Instagram or new account in Facebook. You need to start it over, like from the beginning, right?
Yeah, cross-channel is really hard for Web2.
Yes. But in the Web3 world, it's like super easy for you to migrate the data from one platform to another. Let's say you are like the OpenSea changed the rules, which also piss you off. And because of your data is like fully on chain, like on the Ethereum or Polygon, it's really easy for you to create another account on the LookSphere, which you can very easy to bind your wallet address and migrate your data, right? But you can imagine if you store the NFT metadata in the Google Cloud or AWS, it's like super hard for you to migrate data to another platform. So that's why you need to store your data in the decentralized storage network.
Got it. And comparing to like Web2 data storage platforms, for example, Google or AWS, a lot of people are actually concerning about data security, right? So how does that compare like Crust to the Web2 companies, the security level of the data?
Okay, so so in the whole like Web3 world, actually the user owns their own data. They can do the encryption by their own, and nobody can see their data like once they encrypt it. And we also like cooperated with several like privacy projects, which allows the user can like share the data but under encryption, like some like zero knowledge like projects. But I won't mention their name in this. Because we will release very soon. Yeah.
So it's still an ongoing collaboration. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw you already. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe like next time we can have like a podcast together with like different parties to talk about the data encryption, the data storage, and the data loading. So it's all like from different perspectives.
Yeah, of course.
I think that would be very cool, and then I can also utilize my data science knowledge. I think what we are lacking is a part of like data analysis. I have some guys. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, because like you mentioned, Nana, like if you like gathering all the like data privacy, data storage, and data retrievability, there is like plenty of like new ideas in the Web3 can like pop up in my mind,
Yeah. Okay. Let me think about it. Now let's talk about your creation of the Crust Network. So what are the like key obstacles that you face when you're building Crust, or more generally, like what are the pain points? Like what is it difficult about like building a fully decentralized storage protocol in Web3?
Well, I think the key obstacle or like the most hardest part of building Crust Network is about the data proof. You know, it's like we want to use the algorithm to prove the data existence on the storage miner's side. We don't want to use like some centralized node to inspect them, because in that way we need some like authorization like process, which is like quite centralized.
Yep.
So in this part is actually the hardest part is algorithm. So we are actually using the TE technology to like inspect the data. It's like a trusted execution environment. Like the whole like program are like encrypted, and the data are like nobody can access the data inside the trusted execution environment. So with this technology, we actually designed like 3-layer protocol to like solve the data proof. Like the first layer is GPOS, which is our consensus layer, and the MPOW, which is the data proof layer, which also like communicate with the off-chain like TEE program. And based on this 2-layer, we also like bringing a DSM protocol, which is decentralized storage market. It's super much like the decentralized Uber ordering system, you know, like we allow the user freely like store the data by like, hey, I want to store data, or hey, I want to take a taxi. It's like super easy, like for you to take an Uber taxi. Yeah, as easy as
Got
this,
it. Yeah,
Uber.
yeah. Because I also did some research on your website. So basically, the users, they can very freely to upsize or downsize the storage on Crust when they are using Crust, right? And then you guys have like a tiered, not a tiered, but like a pretty standard price for like per GB per year for the storage for Crust. Which is
actually
showing on the website.
Yeah, actually for the price, I was super confident to like talk to you like we are the cheapest like decentralized store. Like super cheap for you. Like if you want to store 1 GB data, you only cost like $0.0001. Like it's like super cheap for like half a year. Like if you want to store like more than a year, you just plus like with how long you want to store. It's like super cheap.
Does the customer get a discount if they buy a lot?
They just pay directly to the blockchain. We don't charge anything, you know.
I'm just joking. Now let's expand the question a bit. Now we know why like it is hard to create a decentralized storage infrastructure for Web3. Then like what are the common problems with Web3 infrastructure currently?
Well, actually, you mentioned one, Nana. Like it's like if the user want to like store the data or retrieval the data, it needs like very strong project. So Crust actually solve the store and the base like the Web3 like retrieval. But like most of the users actually right now also using the HTTP, which is the Web2 protocol to access the data, right?
Yeah.
It's like a share link, but it's started by the HTTP, not IPFS, right? So if you want to like retrieval the data in the Web2 way, we still need some like gateway or CDN like fasting project. So in this like data retrievability in the Web2 way, we actually got some like gateway solution, which are like the very common like problem like for the decentralized project. It's like Filecoin got their gateway, like AAVE got their gateway, Storage got their gateway. So Crust also have our own gateway. But what's the difference between like Crust and other like decentralized storage on the Web2 data retrievability? It's like we cooperate with a decentralized CDN project, which called Manson. We can like invite Manson's founder to your channel.
I saw the partnership announcement, Mason.
Yeah, maybe we can like talk more about the data retrievability in the whole like Web2 way, HTTP way. So actually with Manson, we can like super fast to retrieve your data. In this way, it's like we can support like plenty of the scenarios. Like, so right now we actually got some clients from the Web3. It's like Uniswap, AAVE. They hosted their website on Crust, but they actually also using our like Founder Gateway, Web3 Founder Gateway to retrieve the data. But if the user wants like more fast and maybe CDN like fasting like solution, they can use Menson, because Menson is like fully support Crust Network. So yeah, that's like actually some like very interesting like things we are building right now. And yeah,
when are you guys going to like launch the full like collaborated product to the clients with Menson?
With Menson? Oh, so we actually, I think we launched like a month ago. Yeah.
Okay, let me check it out after the podcast.
Okay.
But what's so hard to retrieve the data in a Web3 way?
Okay, so in Web3 way, we actually solved, and it's actually guaranteed by our protocol.
Is it not popular by the users though, because they don't want to?
Yeah, it's like so that's also something we can like figure it out maybe in the future. Yeah, it's like if you want to like retrieval in the Web3 way, you need to maybe download some like IPFS desktop client app, and there is no application on the mobile side.
Oh, okay.
So it's very hard for user to retrieve the data in Web3 on the mobile side. But in the Web2 way, user can really like easily click some like link to open the data or their website or their like documentations, right?
Yeah, I mean even in Web2, I think if you want to retrieve a large amount of data, you need to utilize their like API. But most of the users, they don't know how to use API calls to get the data. Like daily users, they only know how to click on that. So I think like if you ask Web3 users to download the client and then to do extra steps, maybe like it's harder for them right now. So
yeah, exactly. So it's really hard for them. But like Solana like recently launched their like mobile like Web3 mobile like hardware.
I did a coverage on that.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can like amped or like integrate with the Saga mobile phone, like even like so user can like retrieve the data in the like supernatural and original Web3. As you might know, like Crust files support the Solana users free use and free login and free store their personal data. Yeah.
If you want to get in touch with Solana, we can just say, hi Solana audience, if you see this podcast, they're trying to get in touch with you to develop on the mobile.
Help wanted is like we want contact with Solana, especially for the Saga team.
Actually I know someone who did the Saga URI design. The company I just interviewed. Yeah. I think I can put you guys in touch.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to give him contact information to us.
Let's talk about the current adoption for decentralized storage a bit. Like, who are your major customers, or should I say, like, what areas have the higher adoption rate for the decentralized storage in Web3 right now?
I think we actually divide our customer into like I think 4 different categories. So the first category user is like the DeFi project. Basically, they host their front end website to our network. The advantage to hosting their website into our network is they can prevent the DNS hijack. Like the AAVE. I remember like AAVE tweet about that, like their centralized site being attacked by the hacker. So, but if you are hosted in our network in decentralized storage, it can naturally prevent this attack. So, so in this like DeFi website hosting category, we got like Uniswap and AAVE. They are using us as a hosting storage layer to host like front-end website.
The two major DeFi player who did not get impacted.
Yeah, those two clients actually are our like the two biggest client, you know. So every time I would just mention that name, and I would just end up to it. Okay, so and for like other like DeFi project, as you might know, like Liquidity on the Ethereum, also using us as one of their like decentralized hosting version. And the third, the second category is like we call NFT metadata storage. So like in this category right now are like more like a business like side project, like NFT Go and NFT. They are like integration, like data integration NFT project. And we also got like the biggest NFT marketplace on the Polkadot ecosystem. It's called RMRK Remark. They are also using us to store their NFT metadata. So that's the three biggest clients in the NFT category. So the third one we called SocialFi or SocialFi or GameFi data storage. In this category, we actually got a platform called SockBay, which is developed by our community. It's a decentralized YouTube platform.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's like super interesting.
What is it called?
It's called SockBay. SOC Bay. It's Bay Area Bay. Yeah.
Oh, SockBay. I gotta look into that. Decentralized YouTube.
SockBay.io. Yeah. It's like super interesting project. And we also got a streaming, like the SocialFi or like log streaming project called Ceramic, which is also the project in New York. Maybe you can interview them. Yeah, it's a New York project.
Yeah,
it's super big. Yeah, their customer is like including the Rabbit Hole, you know, the web, the learning platform.
Yeah, I heard about them. They're really big.
Yeah. And that's the third category, the SocialFi. Oh, we also actually got Matter.news, which is a decentralized media platform. You can read article and send it to the platform, and everybody can read your articles. Matter.news. As for the last category, we call general data storage. It's like you can put any type of your data, video data, PDF data, JPEG, any kind of data into our network. We also built our own project called Crust Files. And there is also a project called like, I think it's called Ice Bay or Ice Cube, which is like decentralized iDrive or iCloud on your PC.
Very cool.
Those are like the clients. Like most of major big name clients.
I think you guys already covered a very wide range of the clients, but hopefully like with the development of Web3 as well as like the fundamental infrastructure, people are gonna put more focus on the decentralized storage, and then they're gonna utilize Crust more. What areas have the most potential for exponential growth for the decentralized storage out of those four categories that you just mentioned? Or do you think there will be a new category?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there could be a new, like brand new category. I'm a super fan of metaverse, you know. It's like some VR data, like they definitely can be like stored into Crust. Like some video game data and like video like model data. We actually recently released our co-announcement with Robonomics.
Yeah, I saw that. That's really big. Yeah,
it's like they store their like robots, like AI or like training data into Crust, which can also or like the AI model into Crust. So does their like VR model.
Yeah. So why are you a big fan of metaverses?
Because I'm a super nerd, you know. I'm pretty like enjoy to stay my home, but I don't want to like go outside. But I also really join the party, but that's another story, you know. But I'm like super like you know, if I can like travel in the like very like virtual world, I think that would be could be like super cool, you know.
Oh, you mean so you would like to stay in that world for the most of your time? You can.
Yeah, most of my time.
Yeah, because
Like
there are like plenty of applications you can code, you can work with your co-workers in the metaverse.
yeah,
Now you can social, and then you can play games. You can like do
yeah.
a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, especially in the current Web3 world, like today's our meeting, like we just use the camera to like recording all of our meeting. But imagine if we are like in the metaverse, maybe I can walk around, you can walk around, we can cheers in the you know in the virtual world,
Yeah.
and the whole meeting will be like more vivid and more like attractive, right?
Yeah, I know a
So
bunch of projects who are trying to achieve that. Maybe they could
yeah.
be your clients. Let me introduce you to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah. I'm also excited about the metaverse, and I think that will be such a relief for a lot of users who like to stay at home, but still want to enjoy the different perspective of lives.
Yeah,
And technology changed the world, makes people's
yeah,
life happier.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like party anytime, right?
I didn't say that, but then coming back to the adoption rate, right? How do you plan to increase the adoption rate for the decentralized storage?
Well, actually, in the in the current web, like I mentioned, like in the first category, DeFi area, they are like already being like super like
Sensitive about it.
yeah, they are like super like comfortable to use decentralized network to hosting their website already, especially for those like two biggest like
Uniswap
already like using the decentralized storage hosting their website, but we still need to like maybe do our enhancement, especially for the Web2 data retrieval, to like to attract more like social fi users, like Steppen, right?
Yeah.
They definitely can like for those like big traffic social fi project, they definitely can like try the decentralized storage to store the user data, right? So
you are name dropping a lot of projects. Step in, please look at Crust.
we're actually like yeah, we're like super open, and we want like big name users right now. Yeah.
Okay. So now I think we understand the current adoption rate for the decentralized storage in Web3, the key obstacles for building a decentralized storage in Web3. Let's talk about the details for the next steps or the next 12 months for Crust. What are the details within your roadmap?
Wow. Okay. So that's like really really great question. I have to say. So Crust actually we used to be like focused on the data storage in our like past 3 years. We solved the problem of the data proof, and we have our like some of the users already use Crust as storage layer, right? But in the future, or like let's say in the next 12 months, Crust will be like more focused on the data value in the next year. So we are like actually going to release our new roadmap like recently, which we will like redefine the whole Web3 data value, including like DeFi transaction data, NFT storage data, and social fi data, and maybe your own personal Web3 data. So that could be our like very big move. Like you guys need to stay tuned with us. Yeah. So so our we will release our product or called mobile applications. Like I mentioned several times in before, we actually under discussion with several zero knowledge privacy projects. I won't mention their name right now, but you can definitely follow us and follow Nana, and we will actually release our the first decentralized iCloud in the Web3 world, especially on your personal mobile phone. Yeah.
Wow, the first.
Okay. The first one. Yeah.
I'm gonna really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Just like you can imagine, you can use as smooth as the iCloud, but it's in the Web3, fully decentralized way.
I think that would be really exciting. I will definitely make sure I will also promote it once it came out.
Exactly.
I think another natural extension is data analytics, right? Are you guys planning any perspective on that? I think that's another world, but not another world, but another piece of the puzzle that's missing here, right?
I know. So especially for the Web3 data analytics, we talked with several projects already, like Nansen, as you might know.
I know, of course, the biggest.
The AI, the Web3 wallet address, the data transaction analysis. And we also talk with NFT Back, which they are AI version of in the NFT world. But their feedback is actually, for me, is a little bit negative, because they have to they commit, they admit they are a centralized project, because they are more like a toolkit project. They just gather all the data, which the data is decentralized on chain.
But their analysis is centralized.
Yes, exactly. But actually, we can do some off-chain data storage analysis. They can use us to get the data. Especially, we actually provide the data storage oracle with Chainlink. We have already co-announced. So if they want to analyze the Chainlink's off-chain data, they might use us to retrieve the data into their AI engine. That could be one cooperate with those data analytics project like Nansen, right?
Or another thing is collaborate with a data analytics provider who focus on the decentralized algorithms, right? They open source their code base and everything. But it's actually hard for data science to do open source for all the algorithms, because that's the key selling point. And if people just copy pasting it, or they can actually anti engineer it once they know the algorithm.
Yeah, exactly. Because Nana, you have the data analytics background. You must know that the core value of the AI or the data company is the data and the model, right?
Yeah, the parameters and how you train
the data to public, especially to public decentralized, which cannot be stopped, right?
So that's why you need data privacy and encryption.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if after we solve the problem of the encryption, they might try us because we are cheap, right?
So, are you saying you're playing the price war?
Yeah, we can cooperate with any of the project.
Okay, great. So before we wrap up our conversation today, please share a fun fact about yourself.
Okay. Yeah. I'm actually a quite boring guy, because I'm a nerd. So most of the time I spend with myself and with some of my friends. But I do have my interesting part, because I have a bar brand,
You have a bar brand.
I have a bar brand, which we will give a Friday night show every week. I'm actually a guitar player, so
Really?
Yeah, I can play guitar, but it's not the very hard one, like the violin one. But I can play. I'm actually a band guitar player, and so that's actually another side of me. And I'm also a huge fan of Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. What is your favorite song?
Okay, my favorite song is like Black Space, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the basically like the most fun of me. So most of my part is like super boring. But in this part, I think it might be like a little bit interesting, right? Yeah.
Do you play her song using guitar?
Yeah, I play her song. Like I can play Black Space, but our band mostly play some like because our like main singer is a guy, so we most of our songs are like Harry style, and Ed Sheeran is like those like styles. Yeah.
Very cool.
And
Where's the bar? Where's the bar?
Where's the bar?
Yeah.
Okay, the bar is actually in Shanghai. But I was like I have a long time to like play with them because of the COVID, Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Thank
like,
you for sharing.
The last show is like half a year ago.
Do you miss that?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you know what you can do? You can record like a short clip and then I can put it at the end of the podcast, like you playing.
Oh my God. No.
It's like the extra time for you to
talent show is like, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And we need decentralized storage for this podcast as well as the video.
Oh damn, that's right. Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much for coming to the podcast today and sharing so much insights about decentralized storage protocol as well as yourself, Luke.
Always super pleasure to chat with you, Nana.
Thank you. Let's say goodbye to our audience.
Yeah, and click the follow button.
Yes, subscribe.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.